We know for life.
Is it supposed to look like?
I'll just do this too. Just. Volume. So.
Hi.
What's up, everyone? Oh, yeah. Cheers, everyone. This is Ryan with Grassroots. And we are here today at Gold Spot Brewery. I'm also here today with my new food truck, Totally Steamed. And we will be introducing Scott here in a little bit, our head chef at Totally Steamed and business partner. And to start this off, I'm enjoying a Grassroots beer here with Calissa, one of the co-owners of Gold Spot Brewery and the head brewer. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Just, enjoying the Grassroots IPA that you made for us last year for our 9th anniversary.
10 years.
Oh, yeah, 10.
Yep.
See? Too many beers. And you brought it back this summer. I'm super excited you brought it for our 11th anniversary.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's, this is one of my favorite beers that I've ever made. Because originally we had made this awesome hat collab. And you had said that, you're going to have an anniversary and we're talking about like a beer for it. And I think you first said, give me a weed IPA. And I was like, well, one, that's very illegal. Two, it's like, it's not, that could be like way too dank, like way too resinous. So, I felt like you wanted to have an IPA that was like the best tasting weed that you ever had. Hops and weed are very related. They're sister plants. The terpenes in them, flavor compounds, are very, very similar. However, they're proprietary, so it's really hard to kind of match some of those flavor profiles. LG Kush is a pretty straightforward one. It's dank, it's lemon, Those are some things that I was like, I can figure that out, like what hops are in this. So, this is like a 2-to-1 ratio of lemon drop hops. It's very candied lemon. And then Idaho 7, it's very dank, very resinous, very marijuana forward. There's a lot of new, actually, kind of resinous marijuana hops. So we might have to do another one here pretty soon. But
let's do it. Maybe a double IPA.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm down.
No, what I like about this one is, honestly, it is like a good summer IPA. It's not overwhelmingly hoppy, but it still has the distinct IPA flavor.
For sure.
I'm super excited about how it came out, and it is an honor to be drinking my own beer, especially by such a great brewer.
Oh, thank you. Well, and this is like what I want to drink. It's like 5.5%. It's just like really flavorful, but really refreshing. I hadn't had some like lemon forward hops for a while. I'm a little personally over grapefruit. Great flavor, but there's so many other cool citrus flavors you can get from IPAs, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think this is actually the 4th time that we made it. So.
Oh yeah. I always love getting that text when it's back on the shelf. I live right around the corner too, so it's just a bike ride away to get some growlers. But yeah, so for those of you, obviously, in probably all states are in some sort of quarantine, COVID related stay order. Colorado has been doing all right here. However, in order for a lot of these bars and restaurants and clubs to work, they have to have food. And ironically, I had bought a food truck in December with a high school buddy of mine named Scott Allen. And, right in December is right when the first case of COVID hit. And here we are today. Maybe it was bad luck, maybe it was a little good luck, but we're fortunate enough now to kind of go to some of our friends' establishments and set up the food truck and work with them. We go to the Black Box in downtown Denver and Gold Spot at least once a week. And so it's been really cool for us to kind of get to meet their kind of customers and blend some of them together, kind of like how Grassroots does with the collaborations. But, I'd like to introduce Scott here, my longtime buddy from Michigan. We went to middle and high school together, and he's the head chef and business partner. And I think he brought us over some food.
Hey, did someone order 3 totally steamed burgers?
Absolutely.
Woo!
What's up?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Sweet.
We got some sliders here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take off my mask and gloves and have a burger with you guys.
Cool. So yeah, Scott's our head chef. Him and I also lived in Venice Beach, California, and he was around when I was selling one hat on the Venice Beach boardwalk together. He helped me set up a booth at that point, and here we are today setting up a truck at different locations. But Scott, why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about your story here and your story at Totally Steamed?
Well, my story coming to Colorado, I moved out of Michigan, graduated from Michigan State University with my degree in hospitality business. Moved straight out to California with Ryan. We were on Venice Boardwalk basically for a couple of years before he moved to Denver. I stayed in LA while Ryan kind of traveled around the country, going to music festivals for Grassroots California. And
Yummy.
And I, with Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, traveled the country for a year and a half and worked at 23 different locations, opened a couple stores, one in Destin, Florida, another one in Cancun. And throughout my trip, I met up at music festivals with Ryan across the country. And, we hung out and went to music festivals. And after that, went back to California, was there working at California Pizza Kitchen, then Intercontinental Hotel, and then Ryan and my other buddy, Ryan Connery, were trying to get me to come out here. So they started texting me all these pictures of them having fun. And Ryan hooked me up with a guy from Patterson Inn, Chris Chiari. And I became the GM over at the second most haunted hotel in Colorado. And then Ryan and I finally found a truck that we could afford. Kelsey, one of our longtime friends, grew up with in Seahome, was selling her food truck to, go into a brick and mortar restaurant in Durango, Colorado. And one of our buddies that we grew up with actually drove the truck all the way to Colorado. And we just started putting everything together during COVID. I was off out of the hotel for like 3 months. And that's when we did a lot of our menu engineering, a lot of our planning for Totally Steamed. And the rest is history. We're up and running. And, we got 3-4 days a week that we're at pretty awesome events, gaining traction. More people are kind of catching on to us. And hopefully we can, get through the pandemic and come out on top.
Yeah. So what's been your favorite menu item that you've been working on since we started?
My favorite menu item is probably the chicken nugs. We brine them in a pickle brine before we dredge them in a mixture of buttermilk and a flour mixture that I came up with a couple of my 2 favorite spices that I kind of grew up with, and threw it together one day. And Black Box especially, they started catching on to it. The craze was kind of over there, and then we started selling out over there pretty quickly. Each of our different venues kind of has their own product mix of what they like the best. I think over here, our sliders, which is kind of our staple. Over at Gold Spot, that's kind of our staple, and that's kind of what we sell the most over here. But we kind of have a different mixture everywhere we go of different products that are best sellers.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what a true slider is, Scott and I grew up in the Midwest in Michigan together, and There was White Castles, and they're the original slider company, so we have to give them a shout out. but there was also some brick and mortar mom and pop ones, around where we grew up. A few of them that I could list, but essentially it's a mini hamburger steamed over a bed of onions. Where you spray water around it, and then the onions and the steam helps cook, and then boom, you have a slider.
Yeah, it's like I love sliders.
So a lot of people call a slider just a mini burger, but where we grew up from, it really has to be steamed over a bed of onions. If you don't like onions, it still can be steamed over a flat top. But yeah, we really wanted to bring a taste of home back out to Colorado. And, we have a buddy out here who started Blue Pan, who went to Sea Home too, and he brought Detroit style pizza. Another buddy I went to college with, Josh Rosenberg, has Rosenberg Deli, and he brought out, the East Coast bagels. So we kind of took, what we liked and loved from back home and wanted to bring a taste of it here, and definitely kind of cater to the marijuana and entertainment crowd too. But with that being said, Scott, do you have anything else to say? Because I know we have to open up the truck here.
Yeah, we gotta
get you to work.
Well, my nickname is Flat Top. Ryan's is Friar Tuck. Come see us on the truck, and we'll give you what you want. Love.
Yep, and check us out at totallysteam.com. We've been just started doing online pickup ordering. If you do meet us at an event, we have pagers. We try to practice social distancing to the highest extent. And, it's this time that we are so appreciative of all the people who've come out and showed support to breweries or food trucks or whatever. Honestly, we really couldn't be around without you. And so, at least from the Totally Steam side, I want to say, thank you very much for that. We'll get to work.
All right. Yes, sir.
So now, Calissa, let's talk a little bit about, how we started working together, and, and we already talked about the beer, but we can talk a little bit about the hat. And it is raining, so we're changing locations real quick. It might be raining. Once they heard about the sliders, even the Lord wanted some. All right, we are now inside the one and only Gold Spot Brewery.
Yeah.
So Calissa, why don't you take it from here?
Cool. Yeah. So Gold Spot's been around for about 5 years. We're in North Denver. Yeah. So, you live a couple blocks away, and you had reached out to me because I was taking care of some of that stuff about doing a hat collaboration, not knowing the Grassroots hats was my favorite hat. I wear hats on a daily basis, and he was like, yeah, we're doing some collabs. And I was like, yes, sign me up. It's just really great to build relationship with someone, outside of the craft beer. We do collaborations like crazy, but we're trying to connect in new markets, and because you kind of have that craft beer group down a lot of times. So it's just really nice to kind of introduce yourself to some more people, do some more unique collaborations. And yeah, we're a small system. We're 7 barrels, but we just try to release a new beer every week. We keep it fresh. We keep it fun. We try to keep it approachable. This beer has so much flavor, so much awesomeness to it, but it's 5%. You can drink it all day. Yeah, we just have a lot of similar. Yeah,
Almost gone.
Yeah. And we're just trying to build a sense of community here. That's been something that's been, we always have a rotating donation beer on at all times. Building community, building connections is just the most important thing to us. So these kind of natural collaborations, and at this point, it's this is what our fourth, because it just keeps building. We have the hats, and we have the beer, and now we have a food truck. It's and we love having people there, and we would have had them regardless of COVID things, but now with COVID, it was a necessity. So
Yeah.
it's just been, organic and fun. And can't really ask for that. And that's, I think, what drew both of us to our various industries, because there's so much connection with that, with like people that care about what they're doing and want to just, create together. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure all of grassroots fans see that similarity, and it was a no-brainer for us. Obviously, we like to work with like-minded individuals or companies that kind of believe in the progressive movement and not needing to do it all by yourself. And, the world can become a smaller place when you work together and kind of bridge some of those gaps. And yeah, it truly has been an honor. And it sounds like maybe we already have another beer experiment coming on the way. So
Absolutely. I've already had like 10 more. Every time I drink a beer and it's a little weed forward, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta figure out what this is. Bring it back to Ryan. Because it's, there's like the connections between these worlds are endless. And once events come back too, I have like a million ideas to pitch you to. Yes.
Oh yeah,
because collaboration, there's just the best thing,
We all want events to come back.
We sure do. But we gotta roll it through. And if you're looking for a mask, these grassroots masks, are you gonna get more?
Yeah, we have more masks coming. We're out now, but when I'm on the truck in the 120-degree heat, this is what I'm rocking to keep all your food safe. But yeah, I'm going to pass it off to Calista, though, to go back onto the truck, and she'll finish kind of just talking a little bit more about what Gold Spot's all about. And I think she's going to grab a winner of our contest. And thank you guys for all tuning in. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. And if you ever are in Denver by the Regis area, definitely come by and have a beer. And right now, how long do you think it will be on tap?
So, Grassroots is now a spring and summer seasonal at all times. Colorado is kind of weird with weather-wise, so I'm at least expecting to make another batch, and then we'll have it for at least like 2 months.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, and I'll let you finish it. But cheers.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Appreciate it. See you guys soon, and definitely come check out Gold Spot and Totally Steam. We're here on every Wednesday of September, and I believe Fridays too. So we'll be around. See you guys.
Well, yeah, now I'm wearing this awesome hat, but here's it in person. And one of the best details is the hops in there. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, not too much more to say about Gold Spot. We just, we make a little bit of everything, ranging from barrel aged beers to lagers, hoppy things. We just love creating. I like to treat my beers more like a chef would. Balanced, approachable, delicious. So if you're ever around here, we're also on tap at a lot of different places across Colorado. And at some point, we'll probably be canning because of COVID necessities for that. But we do have a winner. So the winner for this giveaway, which is a $50 gift card, this awesome hat, and a free crowler, is Ashton Sullivan. You'll be getting contacted soon. And yeah, thank you all for joining. It was nice to talk to you.